самый счастливый ребенок на свете. Почему? Почему? Потому что через 10 минут я выхожу на самолет лететь в Лос-Анджелес на морском.
Клейте.
Я все еще не могу поверить, что я лечу на морском. Это так круто. Я приехала за час в аэропорт. У меня TSA причек, поэтому я приехала даже слишком рано. И сейчас я вам покажу, как быстро можно пройти очередь и что такое вообще TSA причек. В третьем терминале Фэйр Чикаго нет priority pass. Соответственно, я не могу покушать в лаунже, потому что его здесь нет. И поэтому с собой я возьму что-нибудь с каунтера отсюда, потому что в полете не кормят. Ну, или кормят чем-то невкусным, мало выбора за отдельную плату, так в американских полетах всегда. У меня American Airlines, и это внутренний перелет, поэтому нужно позаботиться о себе заранее. В Старбаксе я ничего не хочу, кстати, он мне совсем не нравится. Максимум там можно какой-нибудь чай попить. Sorry. И сейчас я вам покажу, как я всегда с собой в полет набираю воду. Бесплатно, но такое есть не везде. В Европе нет, в Америке, ну, во всех аэропортах. Вот. Water Refill Station. И я всегда с собой вожу пластиковую бутылку, но необычно. Сейчас покажу, какую. Это, кстати, тоже у меня всегда с собой. На случай вдруг станет холодно. Видите, это такой вот foldable, складывающаяся бутылочка. Воду набрала, и теперь самое время сходить по делам перед полетом.
Стоит нам ехать, не стоит нам ехать? А?
Куда?
Ну куда ты хочешь поехать?
Конечно, стоит.
And one of the things I want to make sure that we do is a really incredible. Tomorrow's white night. You know this? But by the activity, I wanted to see if everybody could show up to the activity you do with me. I think it'll be around 4 again, similar time probably. But maybe you could throw on your white clothes because we'll try to do something fun, a drone shot or something like we did in the island. Is that good? I'll show you the drone shot first tomorrow so you can see how great it is. It's going to terrify the world. I already answered the question here.
Hey, Andrew, we miss you, buddy. I miss you. I wish you were here, but we'll see you soon in Australia, okay? And I carry you here, so I'll talk to you when I see you in November.
You look amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for.
Лежим на подушках, ждем Джареда. Он будет прямо здесь. Я, конечно же, заняла лучшие места.
Hello. Hey guys. Nothing like a sweaty screening. Asking these questions largely, not just exclusively the United States. But you know, I kind of was surprised when I watched the first 20 minutes of the movie with an audience. And honesty and revealing yourself. And I literally picked up the guitar. The bus started rolling down the highway, and out came these chords. What if I wanted to break? Laugh it all off in your face. What would you do? What if I fell to the floor? Couldn't take this anymore. Don't try to get a sneak peek in the side boob now. That's off limits. So scream out what song you want to hear the most. Scream it out. It's getting it up. Never meant to cause you any trouble. Never meant to cause.
Come, my love. Come to me, my love. Where are we going now?
Have breakfast. Yes, coffee.
Have some coffee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You don't mind?
We're having so much fun.
We are the
I met
Mars
this beautiful
camp.
soul. Yes.
Oh, I love this girl. Look at her, she's gorgeous.
No, you're beautiful.
Yeah, inside and out. And
Oh,
outside.
thank you. You too. I'm so glad God sent her.
It's a miracle, right?
It is.
Because
Oh my
we
God.
spent all day yesterday together.
Yeah, hanging out, having fun.
I was just stick to this girl. I was following her everywhere. And then we realized that we're in the same
Cabin. Yes, that was so crazy. When I saw
Yes.
your face, and I'm like, what?
When I came back to the cabin, I saw your name and oh my god, I know! It's
I was
way,
shocked.
it's
I was
her.
shocked. Yes. That was so cool. Yeah, that's why I said the universe, God, sent us together.
Yeah.
Yes, to start a new friendship. Yep.
Yep. Yeah! Tonight.
You got the coffee?
Yes, not the good one yet. I just have some coffee. If I have the black fuel over there, but the lime. I'm so bad at taking pictures. I ended up turning my phone off.
about yourself. What brings you here?
I love 30 Seconds to Mars because of their positive, beautiful attitude toward life. Yeah. And I meet wonderful people like you.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. Yeah.
And I'm so surprised In my like perspective from the past, rock concerts is all about drugs, alcohol.
Exactly.
But here it's dry territory.
Yes.
And
No
it's-
alcohol, no drugs. It's just beautiful people and hugging and just
An
sharing
amazing
everything.
vibe.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
Hi,
Yes.
Susie. Hi.
More people.
Oh, you are. Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. I lost her.
You're from, are you from Southern California?
No, Missouri.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right. I did that. See, you meet everybody. And then cute. We're white I love it.
So relaxing.
Yeah, hug it out. And then at 11, we do it. 11? Yeah.
I'm a vlogger.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, what do you would like to share with me?
Where are these people? Where are they? Are they all over the world?
Over the world.
They're all over the world right now. Hello, world. Hi, it's Timmy O'Neill, and we're here at Camp Mars, and we're creating art for art's sake, for creativity. And then later, we're going to be writing letters of gratitude to express love and appreciation. And then we're going to write a letter to ourselves to say, you can do this. Yeah. It's beautiful. Let's do this. My pleasure, yeah. Come and do some art. I love all the art. The art is going off right now. Lots of art.
Are you good at?
What do I need to do it? I'm not a cursive. I'm good at cursing, but I'm not good at cursive. You know, I did learn cursive. I'm more of a printer. I print, hand print, you know?
My job is not
Battery. Yeah, that's it. 2 in 1. Yeah, open yourself up for solar right now. Yeah. Okay, very good. Solar. Yeah, because you guys are in the UK, you know. It don't get into it. It can be overcast there, right?
Overcast?
Yeah.
That's your go-to move.
This is it. Yeah, just like
open.
I'm open. Take me now. Let's do this.
Either that or your bright light going ready.
This is a cult.
Shine it out, people. We're doing our exercise. We're starting right now with solar energy. Namaste. No, nama, go get shit done. Let's do this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, probably over here.
Let me film it so you can remember it.
Yes, thank you so much.
We hardly noticed you arrived. Okay. Hold on 1 second. I think that has the right amount of stuff on it. Was that 3 of you that showed up? Okay, make sure you have 2 cards and 2 envelopes, and I have another one here standing by. Okay. And if you don't have it, come on down and grab it. Okay, come on down. Okay, we're out of clipboards. Now, whose book is that? I'm at Jared, and we were climbing in Yosemite, and we get to the top of this huge rock. It's like a 1,000-foot long climb, and I write letters. I write letters all over the world, all the time. It's something that I really believe in. People call it a dying art or a lost art, With the advent of email, we're not only used to sending something immediately, but we want an immediate reply, right? So it's just feeding sort of this anxiety and this like need for this fast pace that's crushing us. So this festival, I believe, and this family is about slowing down. It's about taking a moment out of your busy schedule, unplugging from the outside world, and coming home. And I feel it here. It's been really cool to be a part of this. The show last night was so fun. It was so refreshingly hilarious to see, as he called it, this quirky, ironic frontman who is, you know, part sex symbol and part quintessential rock star, but having a lot of fun in a very normal way. So I did this exercise with Jared and a few people on top of this rock climb where out of my backpack I pulled a small bag of letters and pens. And I said, hey, here's the deal. We're going to sit down. Do you want to come in? Yeah, come on in. Welcome her. Yeah, come on in. Yeah. Come on in. All right, give you some
Welcome
stuff,
to paradise.
You have it? Okay, cool. And then if you're participating, you guys want to participate? Come on, we had the most hilarious time last night. Come on. Okay, so here's the deal. If we see more people coming in, you guys help me and give them this stuff, because then I can keep talking, and then we'll keep doing it. Okay, awesome, you too. Okay, so you need 2 envelopes, 2 cards each, and then 2 pens. Okay, so last night, we met this couple, and then we're sitting with these like 3 people from Puerto Rico, from New York City, and we're having like the most hilarious conversation. It was like so fun. And so Jared nailed it too, and he's like, hey, take a moment and find somebody new, connect with them, look them in the eyes, right? Sit down, ask them some questions, and listen and learn. So we had like this super hilarious dinner. It was like so fun, and this festival and this meeting for me is like coming home for my tribe, because I'm part of this huge climbing community that's global, right? And I've been climbing for 30 years. And as I said, I met Jared climbing last year, and he goes, hey, why don't you come and you do your letter writing thing at the festival? So we're gonna do 2 things today. We're gonna write a letter that expresses gratitude to another person. And that person could be alive or they could be dead. Now, if you're writing to somebody who has passed, tomorrow we will be burning letters and burning sentiment and burning grief and burning aspects of ourselves that we would like to put into ashes and send out into the ether. So you could bring that letter with you tomorrow and incinerate it. If you're writing to somebody who is alive and you know their address, you could address that envelope. We'll put a stamp on it. We'll send it anywhere in the world. We'll be your post office for your letter of gratitude. So I do a tremendous amount of work in climbing with people with disabilities. They may have amputation, paralysis. My brother's paralyzed from the waist down, and we've climbed El Capitan 3 times, right?
Wow.
People are always like, what are you doing? What did you do to your brother? I'm like, no, he was broken before we got to the climb. This didn't happen on the climb. I promise. But, so I also do this work with people with visual impairment, with deafness, with neurological muscular disorder, you name it. And what these individuals often teach me is that for them, life is hard by accident, you could say, or it's hard because they had this involuntary reaction at birth or something congenital, right? So the question is then, can we take that same hard-earned wisdom of disability and elect that challenge? Can we make life hard on purpose? And I think taking a moment for ourselves, we find to be hard, ironically, like, oh no, I've got to go serve somebody else, or oh no, I've got to go take care of this burning issue, or my children, or my colleagues, or my career. So that second letter is going to be a letter to yourself. It's going to be writing a letter to yourself to express that same external gratitude. It's going to be sort of boomeranging that back to yourself, and we'll get to that. So I met this guy named David Nicholson, and he's an individual who was injured in the Iraq War, and he lost both of his legs, one leg below and one leg above. And when you're missing your knee, it's really hard. People call it a paper cut when you have just your lower leg missing in comparison to your upper. So this guy is incredible. I do these events where we're climbing mountains, paddling rivers, really engaged in difficult stuff, right? And people are like, why would you bother? Just take it easy, you're blind. Well, being blind may remove your vision, but it doesn't remove your sense of adventure. It doesn't mean that you have no need for engagement, right? So David Nicholson taught me 3 things. He says, every day I wake up, I think, how can I challenge myself? And he's missing both of his legs. And then he says, life isn't only a spectator sport, but I am engaged. I get involved. And my favorite thing he says is, I don't wait for silver linings to appear. I make them myself. I create my silver linings. So all of that is life on purpose. All of that is life engaged. All of that is him being the engine for what he wants to create in his life and how he wants to share it, right? So with this first letter, take your time. We're in no hurry. They say this is a 15-minute exercise, but I challenge this is an exercise for the rest of our lives, right? So we may have this 15 minutes here together, and this is skewing as an older crowd too, right? Like I'm 50, right? So, and I'm seeing a lot of people here who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond. And what that says to me, that's life lived, and that's lessons learned. So the challenge is that wisdom, which ironically requires us to make mistakes, can we learn from those and move forward in a way that allows us to make better moves, right? That allows us to have a better life. And that's where we'll get into that second letter. Do you want to play? Do you want to try and write a letter? When's the last time you wrote a letter? Maybe never, right? New letter writer, yeah. Welcome to the light side. Get off the dark side, kid. And we'll explain that to you. I had somebody yesterday who was like, how do you address it? What does that mean when you address something? They're like, where does it go? How does it get there? Who takes care of this? So I think staying connected to these old ways called kindness, called patience, called connection, gratitude, as well as staying attached to old ways like letter writing, sitting down and having a conversation where you're looking somebody in the eye, sharing humor, sharing food, is a way to not only build community, but to sustain it, right? Yeah. So this is about taking a moment, you have your clipboard, you have your pen, you're gonna take that first card, feel free to write on both sides if you want, you can just write on one side. Think of somebody you want to connect to. Somebody whose address you may know, and if you don't, you can always take this with you, find it, and then mail it when you get back to the other world, right? But if you do know it, you can also write it down now and give it back to me and we'll mail it, or you can bring it back over to the booth or to tomorrow's Monday's performance or engagement. So take a moment and think about who's somebody that you want to reach out to say thank you, to acknowledge as somebody that matters in your life, because as we know, we create meaning by recognizing somebody, right? And then we're recognized by that person, and then it creates this sort of affirmation of mutual beneficence, this yes-reciprocity. So let's all land here in a moment before we actually dive into writing it. So if you could close your eyes down, bring a softness to the muscles around your eyes, bring a softness to the muscles in your forehead, bring a softness to your jaw. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Bring a softness to your shoulders. And just bring an overall peace to yourself. Definitely notice what's happening around as the golf carts go by, the music is happening, but realize that those are just data points. Those aren't the destination. Your destination for right now is a moment of peace, a moment of connection, a moment of introspection and reflection, where you're going to reach out to somebody and then reach into yourself. So let's take a deep breath in through our nose, fill those lungs all the way up, and then slowly out the mouth, release those lungs, empty them all the way out. Then a deep breath in through the nose, take your time, fill those lungs all the way to the top, and then slowly out the nose, draining those lungs, emptying those lungs completely. Set your intention. Find that person, either they're here, they may be gone. You go ahead and bring your eyes open and take your time and write that letter of gratitude. Write that letter of acknowledgement for somebody that you want to say, I love you, I appreciate you. Circle, draw a line down, and draw a line across so you have 4 quadrants. Now once you have that, I'd like for you to name those quadrants. I'd like for you to name the first quadrant, play. So just go ahead and put the word play right in that quadrant. The next one is going to be work. The next one will be health. And then that last one is love. So it's play, work, health, and love. Now, what I'd like for you to do is consider a 1 as the least and 10 as the best. So 1 is worst and 10 is best. Where you are in each of those quadrants. So considering the first one, play, you're doing pretty good because you're at a playful place. You obviously realize the importance of, you know, engaging and trying to try new things and appreciate creativity. So you're going to determine where you are in that. Are you a 5? Are you a 6? Are you a 4? Are you a 10, etc.? And you'll work your way around there. And once you've done that, we'll move on with the next stage. So basically, you're scoring yourself how you feel right now with your well-being as it pertains to, am I at a good place or a bad place? And what that number looks like on a scale of 1 to 10. Nourish them is by recognizing that gratitude. So again, flip that over now. And what you're going to do is you're going to start with I, and then write your name. Promise to, and then do this thing, whatever it is. Whether it's going to be wake up a little bit earlier and go for that walk with the dog, whether it's going to be to reach out to my neighbor and finally get to know them. They moved in already a year ago. Or it's going to be, I'm going to finally talk to my boss about my career and where I'm going with it. So whatever that thing is, so you start with I, and then write your name, promise to, and then what is that thing that you're pledging to do now?
Смотрите, какая огромная очередь. Все уже выстроились на встречу с Джаредом. И сейчас мы его ожидаем. Мы ждем Джареда. У нас сегодня встреча с ним в таком вот в белом стиле. Так прикольно. После Марс Айленд все начали писать, что ой, у них там какая-то секта. После этого Джаред выпустил футболки, это культ. This is a cult, so yeah, here we are.
Hello, my name is Chris. I'm from Canada, Edmonton, Alberta. What's up, Echelon? Here we are. We're here at Camp Mars. We're rocking out with Jared Leto and 30 Seconds to Mars. Having a great time. Me and Nadia here, we're representing. You guys really should be here. It's an awesome time.
Start and rip your story.
Best activity today. Yeah, they have all these puppies.
Oh my god!
On the hill. On this hill over here, they have a whole bunch of them that are.
All the feathers.
He likes you. It's like it's a bird. He's a bird dog. You don't want him taking you down and like.
I want to take it home.
We don't need to be there with the setting up. That's what
So.
Look at you, baby.
I'm gonna have it be here.
How many?
Hi, people. And he's like, I think you wait too long.
And my next members will be
Maybe just take a couple back there.
Oh, I got all black. I got jeans, I got a black shirt, yeah. I should have worn white. I forgot my white pajamas.
Last year for Tina Farms.
I love this outfit. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, it's a video. That's awesome. Thank you, honey. I'm not letting her go back to Russia. Oh, good.
We're filming the movie.
Alright, now you go even more far away.
We have this tracking thing as soon as it's anywhere near us.
All right.
Yeah, we need to go.
We need to do this.